Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Listen. I thought I'd take a break real quick. I think you need a good word. What you think? What you think? Hi, everybody. I choose to be guided. How are you, my beautiful souls? I hope that you are enjoying the beautiful day outside on this wonderful Sunday. And I trust that you are embracing all of the beautiful signs that you are being given on this day. So often we completely negate the opportunity of really basking in the ambiance of the signs that we are shown in so many different ways in our life. And I think I've been sharing lately, like, about dreams. Dreams have been very significant in my entire life. But lately I've been getting some dreams and that I need to share with you. And I want us to really get into understanding what you do with these dreams. Because I know I'm not the only one. I know that you also are having dreams. I hear people saying a lot of times that dreams are just something that, like a pastime or something, like, oh, you ate something wrong the night before, or really don't pay attention to them. They're not what you think, and it's just a dream. I hear that a lot as it comes to the dreams that you have at night or in the daytime, whenever you should have it. So listen, I want you to understand dreams are very important. And there's a dream that I had last night that I want to go through some of the dissecting of it with you so that you can really begin to pick out some of the little things that you need to pick out from your dream experience. For example, last night, it was a few parts. I dream every night. When I go to bed, it's almost like, where are we going tonight? I don't know. I'm going to experience something. I'm going to travel somewhere and have a dream, and there's going to be some type of message. So, last night was interesting. I had this dream where I was in a basement. It seemed like my old church basement. And in the basement, there were different tables set up like venues. And the different tables that were set up, they had content on the table that really impressed me, because the content was not so religious but more so spiritual. And I was like, wow, look at them going to another level, right? Look at all of this. Okay, they've got, maybe whether it was cards or whatever it was, but they had different things on the table that definitely were not like how I was used to experiencing the church. Then after I left from the basement, the lower level of the church, I go upstairs, and it seems as though now I'm at my house or a house. I answer the door, and there was a male there, a familiar male there, had his hair pulled back in a ponytail, face was kind of puffy, and he had his bag, like an overnight bag, and he didn't look happy. He looked like he was not that happy. And he also mentioned a name to me that was familiar in the waking life. So this person who mentioned this name to me, I don't know, I mean, they said what they said. I woke up immediately and I went to make a call or something, but it was very early in the morning. So listen, I want to go through some of this that I experienced, and let's see what we have. So first of all, the first thing I'm going to pull out is the fact that there was a basement, there was a church that had a basement with things on. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna write. Okay, so I'm gonna Google this. First thing that comes to me is that there is subconscious because it's in a lower level. So one good thing that I have experienced as a result of always being a dreamer since a child is that I can intuitively summarize a dream pretty quickly. What I have found is that Google goes into a little a deeper depth, if you would, takes me further into my discovery, and I love Auntie Flo, AUNTYFLO, Auntie Flo. I love her dream interpretations, and she will break things down. So we have the lower level basement. So I'm gonna put this down here. Hold on, let's see. All right. Lower. How you guys doing today? Hi. Search. Okay. Okay, so this is long, but let me look. All right, so this is what I said. I wanted the dream meaning, okay? And I just said lower level church basement with tables that had worldly items, okay? Like games on them. And I was surprised to see the worldly items in my old church basement that I used to attend when I was a little girl into my young adult years dream meaning. So that's just an example. That's a long statement, but they can handle it, okay? We got we've got energies running the internet now, okay? So anyways, that's another subject. All right, so this dream suggests a conflict between your past spiritual foundation and current worldly influences. That's what this is saying. Likely reflecting a need to evaluate what feeds your life. Wow. The church basement represents your foundational memories and core beliefs, while the tables and games symbolize how worldly pursuits, distractions, or new agreements may have infiltrated your spiritual life. Look at that. The church basement represents your spiritual roots, safety, and foundational beliefs from your youth. All right. The basement often represents the subconscious or deeper hidden parts of your heart and soul. Ooh, look at this. All right. Now I use the term worldly items. One word can change the outcome of your answers. Okay. I use the term worldly items in games, trying to signify that it was not so spiritual or religious based. Okay, so it says it's trivial pursuits that might be replacing spiritual depth or threatening your peace, as explained by Adorned Heart. Okay, now that's someone who, the resource they use, and they'll put it there, they use a biblical resource to bring that about. Okay, so it says the tables in dreams represent sustenance, alignment, and what is feeding you spiritually or emotionally. So the tables, because there were quite a few tables, and the tables had different. Now, what I didn't put in here. Now, before we go to, I'm going to expound on what I wrote. It says, okay, this dream might be prompting you to examine your life to see if worldly distractions have taken the place of deeper spiritual values. So I want to say that sometimes, yeah, I can find myself indulging in looking at, and that's interesting. I don't usually get into the gossip of the internet or news or anything like that. And lately I have found myself, and I said I was going to change it just today. I said I was going to change how my internet shows up as soon as I turn my computer on. Whereas it used to just be a nice little Google page with no news. Now there's all this news and entertainment and all this stuff that's on. Look at that. And it's spread out just like tables. There you go. It's telling me to chill out, girl. I already had come to that today. I was just like, you know what? I gotta stop. Because before I knew it, I looked up and it had been like, I don't know, almost 40 minutes. And I had been looking and scrolling based on, and I'm a researcher. So I was looking and going through the whole thing. There you go. Check out your dreams, baby. My tape is about to run out on here. So I want you to check out your dream. Put in the scenarios. If you don't know, check out Auntie Flo. And I love you so much. Just a little bit for the midday. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I needed this too.